There we go. Welcome to call number 2. Homeworks. Ah, the thing that came from the skies to ruin our holidays is here. Homeworks. And not just the holidays of the kids, but the holidays of the parents as well, and our holidays when we were kids. So, homeworks. The holy grail of delusion, sadness, and duty. So, all the point of view that we bought from anyone regarding homeworks, meaning from our teacher, classmates, family, friends, age group of any sort, can we destroy and uncreate it and return it all to sender? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pockle, nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. I'm trying not to use the clearing statement, but it's coming. So I actually researched the etymology of homework because many times the word have a root that evoke something specific. So homework comes from Latin and it has two meanings. One is a calculation, and it meant whatever task that you can calculate the length of. So how much times it's going to consume in your life. So one, it means calculation. And two, it means something, the completion. So something you bring to an end. Okay. So this is the meaning of homework. So it's not just for kids. It's anything we're committed to complete within a date. Okay. So it could be like something for our job, like email or taxes or whatever it is. So one clue thing that I really like to mention is our point of view creates our reality. So everywhere we bought that a commitment or a responsibility that we have been taking on is heavy, is boring, is time consuming, it's hard. What would it take to, first off, return to sender? So, whomever we learned that behavior from, just say, yeah, no, thank you. I'm going to have my reality with that. And to ask, what is my reality with work, homework? So, um, we're starting to just look at how using the access consciousness tools is a way for us to reset our past and our solid point of view that we've based our reality upon, and shop for our own reality. Choose what will work for us beyond any solidity, beyond any expectation, beyond anything we bought. So I'm going to tell you super briefly. I have been homeschooling my kids for the past 3 years, so they didn't have any homework. And I saw what a crucial role it played for us to spend some time without having to, so without the obligation to do something, being, complete exercise, read something. It was just some free space to just choose whatever you're inclined to without having to um, do anything. So, holidays and summer holidays can be a chance for us to reset our past and give ourselves, all of us, like parents and us, even if we're parents as kids and our kids, the possibility to have their own reality and accompany them in choosing it and be like, okay, so what is that going to be? How will it work for you? What can we experiment and explore with that we have never experimented and explored before? What could make it fun? How quickly can we get it done? What else? What is of interest to you? And it is a bit of a work ethic, but beyond that, it is an education. And yeah, it's an education panorama that opens before our eyes based on question rather than answers, based on possibilities and curiosity rather than conclusion, the right answer, and all the fixed point of view that makes it so heavy to get interested in anything. Um, One thing I discovered at 34, so last year, was I love math. I did my whole academic journey believing that mathematics was hard and very difficult. And I was not a math person, and numbers were so crazily complicated, and I could never use them for practical thing. So it was a bit of a waste of my time. And through my my kids resetting all the school conversation and all the school imprinting that I have been exposed to, they had this wild enthusiasm around mathematics, like algebra and geometry, which to me was like, geometry? Like, do you like that? Are you happy? And they were like, yeah, because angles and areas and I don't know what they do, expressions with the letters. Wow, it's like a crypto code. And I was like, okay, sure. But what if we could give ourselves the chance to educate ourselves and in a way support and empower ourselves the way we should have been parented and supported. So rather than do your homeworks because I say so, rather be in the question of what will work, what is my reality, how do we make it happen, and just start playing with what else is possible rather than the obligation. Because let's be honest, nobody likes obligation, especially if it's not an active choice that you're making. Like going to school is a requirement for most systems in most countries. So you have to go to school. It's not like an active choice that the kids are presented with. It's like you get to choose at a certain age, you get to choose which high school you're going to go to. But before, it's not rare. Many humanoids parents do, but it is rare that parents be like, where do you want to go? What are you interested in? Because one of the main point of view, and I'd like us to possibly consider giving it up, is parents know better. We are more experienced and therefore we know what's best for our kids. So I wonder if any of you like to be told what to do. I don't, and I never did. And I guess that kids don't either. So, what active choice can we tickle into our kids' universes that would make them commit with learning whatever they're interested in? And we're going to have another Zoom, and it's going to be about education, so not just homework, not just like academics. It's going to be a little bit more, wide. um but yeah, actually, that was my, I don't know, intro about this conversation. There is, of course, so much more, but I'd like us to just consider how our point of view creates our reality. So when we say homework sucks, it's okay. I mean, we all did. I did for sure. As a kid, I was, well, I'm not in holiday if they give me homeworks, what the heck? Um, it's like it works like a spell. So when you say, I hate that, what do you create? You create something that that is supposed to be hated. You make it a reality. So it's like, yeah, it's like if we say, I hate that, I don't like it, it's like the universe back us up and say, okay, so be it. Let's make it heavy, boring, blah, blah, blah. So everywhere you are a wizard and you have been creating heaviness and not acknowledging it, can we destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys, boy bands, and beyond. And what different point of view could you embrace that would make it light, joyful, fast, intriguing, naughty, and everything that is right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online shorts, boys, poets, and so. Are there any questions, any personal experience that you'd like to bring up with homeworks? And it can be your personal experience as, kid, or it can be any situation with your kids. Because really, we're talking about parenting and be parented. So it's a bit of a wider conversation in a way. Mhm. The topic already is so heavy that nobody's speaking. They're like, homeworks. and and that's another question. How many projections have you bought into that were not even your point of view to start with? One thing I do for everything um, is, and one thing I actually taught my kids many years ago, when approaching anything, is to destroy and uncreate, meaning destroy everything I've created based on a limiting point of view, and uncreates, meaning taking away my creative energy, my generative energy. So anytime I approach anything new, I ask all the projections about this thing, all the decisions I already took about this thing, all the expectation about this thing and what it means or doesn't mean about me, and all the computations about this thing. I destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, put and pockle, nine shorts, boys, poems, and beyonds. And that allows you to approach anything with fresh eyes and curiosity and a sense of possibility rather than conclusion. Projection are wild. we have a lot, like we are bombarded by projections all around us. So Anna, and I'm going to translate, says, can you say something around homework and procrastinate? And I loved it because yesterday I got a chat with a mom, and she said, my son says he will start doing homeworks on the 1st of July because it required some time to just reset and, get back on the saddle. And then now it's the 1st of August because he needs more time to just feel better. So everywhere we procrastinate to prove how quick and magical we can be by getting shit done in very little amount of time. Can we destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, put a puck, all nine shorts, boys, bones, and that's a very cool. Actually, that is a choice. That is an active choice that a kid and we as a kid have. So wait until the very last moment. I did that for my whole academic journey. It was like 20th of August, and in Italy the school starts like beginning of September. 20th of August, I'll be like, okay, I need to read 6 books and do many chapters of whatever the subject was. And it worked for me. And it actually worked for all the tests that I took in high school. Like I had high grades, but I studied like 3 days before. And it sticks with me still now. Like I still remember the thing. Um, so what if it's not wrong? What if it's just one choice that kids have available? And what model of sustainability can we be? And can we train ourselves to? In the last years, I've been starting to implement little by little kind of conversation. So rather than proving I can do it in a very concentrated amount of time, I'm choosing um, I'm choosing something different. And I sometimes get that you need to do the extreme experience in order to know that this is one of the choices, but that you have other choices available. So this is one option. And I don't know, I still get it's a very cool choice. Like for me, I never ruined my holidays until the very last moment. And I know it's not sustainable, but it actually really worked for me and my body. Like I was not tired. It was just like, I'm just gonna ruin the last week of holidays and make it happen all there. And actually, the homeworks that I liked, I spread them through the holidays. So I went to a French school, and I had a lot of books to read, like maybe 6 or 7 books to read during the summer. I would love that. I would read more of them. Like I would spread them throughout summer and just like, yeah. But like geometry, it's not my thing, and I would do at the very latest moment. Um, so yeah, and actually, how do we empower our kids to know that they know? So, what do you know? What works for you? Last minute works, go for it. And also make it very clear if you're available or not to help. Like for biology, my mom was available to study with me. She's a doctor and she's really good at explaining. So I asked her, like, I was like, I trust I won't study until 2 days before the test. would you help me then? And my mom was like, I would help you then. And so that's it. I climbed in their bed and we read the book together. And then I took an A, and that was great. So, and actually, how smart are kids also? Like, how smart is that choice? Like, we can see it as not sustainable, but what if it worked for them? So everything that is right and wrong, good and bad, put and puckle, night first, voice coincidence. I hope I kind of answered a little bit about that. And oh my gosh, we got to the end of our time together. And I spoke for 20 minutes straight. Never mind. Happens. So thank you so, so much for today. Homeworks, the wild beast of holidays. We talked about it. Hopefully, there are some questions that we can use to just like make it a little bit lighter and less heavy and solid. And that's it. I don't know if Patricia and Yazim have any questions. You're good. They're happy. They're like, I'm done. Thank you so much, guys.